Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is John, and today I'm going to help you assemble your Climb and Slide playset. Before we get started, make sure the model number of your playset is listed in the description below. This video will follow the steps outlined in the assembly manual that comes with the playset, so if you've already begun and need help on a specific step, check the description below for a timestamp associated with each step. Now let's take a look at what comes inside the box. There are steps within this assembly that require more than one person, so be sure to have at least one other adult available to help. Before we get into the assembly process, let's take a look at the tools you'll need to complete the job. You'll need two 3/16 Allen keys, which are included, a 1/2-inch wrench, a Phillips head bit, a 1/4-inch drill bit, a 3/8 drill bit, a drill. You may just use an impact driver. If you decide to use one as well, be sure not to over torque or over tighten the hardware, a Phillips head screwdriver, a ladder, safety glasses, a tape measure, and a rubber mallet. To make this easier, we're going to use a 3/16 hex head socket, a 1/2-inch socket, and a socket adapter. When building your playset, make sure to choose a level area free from obstructions and at least 7 feet from buildings, trees, fences, or any other object. Also, to reduce the risk of injury, it's important that you prepare a shock-absorbing surface to build your playset on, like wood chips or recycled rubber mulch. This video will focus on the assembly of the playset and not the shock-absorbing surface, so it's important that you refer to your assembly manual to review the safety instructions for this build. This video is meant to be used as a companion to the assembly manual and not a direct replacement, so for the best results, make sure to have the assembly manual on hand during the build. Alright, let's get started. Take your swing bars, orient them like this, and secure them together with the hardware. Make sure the ends of the poles are even before adding the hardware. Attach the pendulums to the open hole in the bracket, making sure that you don't over tighten the hardware because you want them to rotate freely. Slide the end of the curved tube that has the 2 holes onto the swing bar, making sure it's oriented like this. Line up the holes and add the hardware. Secure the poles together through the other set of holes, adding this bracket to the opposite side. Take two legs that have one hole in the middle, insert the cap at the bottom, line up the holes, and secure with the hardware. Insert the legs into the curved tubes on one side of the swing bar and then secure with the hardware. Take the long term bar and connect the legs together through the holes in the center. Repeat the previous steps for the other two legs on the opposite side of the swing bar. Add the legs to the tube and only finger tighten the hardware for now. This hardware may seem too long, but it will be utilized later in the assembly. Attach the short term bar to the inside of the legs through these holes. Take the deck frame and place an end cap into each end. Place the deck onto the frame and then secure with the hardware. The screws are designed to go through the metal underneath. Take your climbing wall tubes and insert a cap into each end, making sure the holes line up. Secure the end cap to the long end of the poles. With the help of another person, lift the deck assembly up onto the A-frame and secure with the hardware. While someone continues to hold the deck, add the climbing wall tubes to these holes oriented like this. Attach the deck railing pieces together. These holes need to be oriented in a specific way, and if they look like this, they need to be switched to the opposite sides. The holes on either side of the railing are different, so make sure the holes line up when you attach it to the legs and A-frame. The provided deck braces are similar, but they are different, so refer to your instruction manual to make sure you're using the correct one for this step. This deck brace will be oriented like this and go under the deck. Repeat the previous step for the brace on the other side. Take the right slide rail, labeled EEC, and lift this tab up towards the outside. Then take the hook at the bottom of the slide and place it inside the notch. Flip the slide over and place the tabs on the slide rail into the cutouts on the slide, making sure that the tabs don't go into the narrow part of the cutouts until you've got all of the tabs in the large part. Once all the tabs are inserted, have one person at the bottom of the slide while the other person taps the top of the slide down until the tabs are in the narrow part of the cutout. Once all the tabs are in place, push the tab that we lifted up earlier down to lock it in place. Using a rubber mallet, gently tap the Lifetime logo into the slide assembly. Repeat the previous steps for the opposite slide rail. Place a lower slide support into the notches at the bottom of the slide. Secure the lower slide support to the side rails by inserting hardware through these divots. Take all 5 support tubes and insert a plug into each end. Using a rubber mallet, tap one end of the support tube into the hole on the tab at the top of the slide until the nub is on the other side of the tab. Line up the other end of the support tube with the hole in the tab on the opposite side and tap it through until the nub is on the other side. Repeat the previous steps for all the tabs that have a hole in them. Take the Rockwall panel and drill out the 3 holes on both sides with a 1/4-inch drill bit. Remove your 1/4-inch drill bit and replace it with a 3/8 drill bit. Drill out these 4 holes in the middle of these shapes. Add the handholds onto the Rockwall in no particular order, but make sure that the tabs on the back of the handhold go in the notches on the Rockwall. The small washer goes with the bolt inside the handhold, and the large washer goes in the back of the Rockwall with the nut. Place the Rockwall panel onto the legs, making sure the Lifetime logo is at the top and that the holes line up, and then secure with the hardware. Locate these 2 divots on the back of the deck and drill them out with a 3/8 drill bit. Orient the ladder legs like this, with the tabs facing up, and then place the ladder rungs on the top over the holes. Secure the rung to the leg, making sure the bolt and washer go from the top down. Only finger tighten this hardware for now. Insert the caps into the bottom of the legs, line up the holes, and secure with the hardware. Place the crimped end of the ladder legs in between the deck and the frame, line up the holes, and secure with the hardware. Now tighten the hardware on the ladder rungs. Using a 3/8 drill bit, drill out these two holes on the opposite side of the deck. You also need to drill out the divot underneath the deck in between the two divots you drilled out. At the top of the slide, drill out the 3 divots with a 3/8 drill bit. Line up the holes in the slide with the holes in the deck and secure with the hardware. Now go ahead and add the swings and trapeze bar to the pendulums. Thank you for watching this video on how to assemble your Lifetime Climb and Slide playset. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to our customer service team and check out our other awesome products at lifetime.com.